Hello and welcome to another Z Racing video. This is the first stage of the Beach Party series and it's on the Fine and Sandy course. And I originally signed up for the 10 minutes past 12 race, and I even managed to get a decent warm-up in before it, which is kind of quite unusual. But then just a couple of minutes before the start of the race, my work phone pinged and I got an email saying I was needed on a work call, like an important one. So yeah, I had to abandon it. And then that call lasted close to an hour or so. So I was just able to kind of sign up for the 10 past 1 slot race. So I was kind of hoping that the warm-up still counted. I don't know if it did, probably didn't. So I jump on and then I see that Rob Zwifty Zwifter is in this race. And my first thought was like, oh shit, this is I'm gonna be completely outclassed now. Like Rob's gonna like blow up the race. But then he messaged me and said like it'd give me a hand to kind of see if he can kind of help me out. So yeah, before I go any further with it, I just want to say kind of really big thanks to him for it. I'm completely out of my depth with these B races as it is, but like so much more so with Rob. He's like a really amazing racer with like loads more power and stamina and like race smarts than me. So so like help from him is like it's essentially completely wasted on me. I haven't got what it takes to hang with most of the B riders anyway on a good day, but especially not with him. So yeah, I appreciate him essentially kind of wasting his time on a microbe like me. But with that said, I did find this really good fun. I've only got like 23 or 24 or so races under my belt, and I've never like raced with anyone else, like let alone a team or anything. So having someone talk strategy and like communicating during the race, I found that really good fun. That was really cool to do. So like a better rider would have been able to take advantage of the help that Rob gave them, and would have got like, you know, in like a podium or even a win out of it. And I wasn't able to do anything like that. I mean, I got dropped on this. So I hope he doesn't feel it was like it was too much of a waste. I know he had to go. He was going super slow for him, and yeah, he might have felt like kind of a bit of a waste of time. But I did find it fun, so there's at least that. Like maybe that might kind of make it a bit worthwhile. So I'm going to let a lot of this play through. I will like maybe speed up on a couple of bits, and I'll pipe up a couple of points where like you can't see what I was saying to Rob, but you can only see his side of things. But yeah, I know it's not always like fun to watch like a full race, especially one where like the person whose video it is not even in contention. But I wanted to keep it like for my own records, I suppose. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I did this race yesterday, and I did it. I had a really late lunch because of work, and then I jumped on and did the 5 o'clock race, and I got to like the second lap and I was suddenly feeling like really queasy, and I think I hadn't left enough time between eating lunch and doing the race, so I had to abandon it. But that race yesterday felt quite a lot faster than this. I think my heart rate was like pretty high from the get-go and it kind of stayed high, whereas on this one it gets down to like it's almost into zone 2 at one point. So the pace on this one felt pretty easy going. So at one point Rob says to me like, do you want me to like try and up the pace a bit? And I said I'm kind of happy. If it stays like this, then that's cool, because I can hang on and hopefully be kind of fairly fresh towards the end. But it doesn't pan out like that. It kind of, the pace picks up a little bit at the end, and I think the accumulation of the climbs is what did for me on this. But yeah, for a lot of it, it did feel like pretty slow on this, like a pretty easygoing pace, like the first and second lap particularly. So this is really cool. Rob gets in front, and then he's using steering to give me the draft, which is yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I said thanks to him for that, and then he says here, he says, yeah, you're my leader, which is quite funny. And then he asks, does he want, do I want him to push the pace a bit or ease off? And so I said to him, I'm happy with the pace as it is, because if it stays like this, then I can kind of hang on like, you know, for a long time like this. So my heart rate was really low, so I was feeling good. So I was happy for it to just kind of carry on at this pace. So here Rob pointed out there's a rider here called Guac Balm. I hope I'm like, you know, not completely massacring your name. I'm sorry if I am, if you ever catch this. But yeah, Rob points out he's a really good rider, and I'd actually kind of checked Zwift Power just before signing up, and he was on there. He's like a great rank and like really good power and stuff. So he says here I can start stretching him on the climbs. So I said, yeah, that's cool. If you wanna go for that, that'd be really good. So the plan he suggests is that on the second climb of each lap, at the halfway point on the climb, he's gonna make an attack and see if Guac goes with him on it. And then he said if he does, sit with the rest of the pack, and if they chase, then I'll go with them. But if they don't, let Rob try and tire Guac out. So I just said, yeah, sounds like a plan. So I'll go along with that. So here we go. See, Rob's just kind of pushed to the front of the group, and then in a second, makes an attack. So come in like now, is it? Yeah, there. So he's made an attack, and Guac's following him. He's gone with him, but no one else like really reacts. So it kind of worked out like just as he'd planned. So I just sit on the front here, get kind of towards the front with these guys, in case anyone does go. But they don't. They just kind of sit out the climb, and yeah, you see Guac saying give draft, because I presume Rob's using using steering to not give him the draft, so that he kind of tires him out even a bit more, which is quite funny, quite cool. And then you see like the group, like no one really reacts for a while. We just kind of chug along. and there's like a bit of testament of how strong Rob is. So I thought, maybe you'll want to kind of I'll let him draft me for a while. But he gets in front and he's kind of giving me the draft, so he's like still still feeling really good. I thought he'd be like kind of pretty cooked after that, but he's feeling good still, I suppose. So my heart rate had got a little bit higher on the climb, on the push there, but I was still feeling kind of pretty okay. And then Rob asked me here how I was doing, and I said I was kind of feeling okay. If this pace continued, I'd be pretty good for a while. So we just punch on. I mean, you can even see that the pace is so slow at points, and the watts are kind of so low that I'm just like drifting to the front. I'm only doing like less than 200, and I'm kind of I'm getting pushed to the front here. So that was why I was not able to, because I was being a bit of an idiot and not sitting in, not always sitting in Rob's drafts. It's because the pace was just kind of, it was really easy to overshoot. So here we go, second climb of this lap, and Rob does his attack again, and again Guat goes with him, but the rest of the pack put in quite a bit more of a dig this time, so I have to follow on with them. I think someone's actually even attacked Rob on that. So I think here Rob thought I was like trying to close the gap here, like on my own, but the group had been trying. They were trying to chase them down, so I was just like going with them. I just happened to kind of get on the front for a short bit. And that effort, I was feeling that at that point. So I messaged Rob and I said that I might be like close to being toast. So maybe he should just kind of go for the win, go for him, kind of ride it for himself now. And then he says there, like, we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, that climb was like definitely starting to hurt. I was kind of falling off the pace a bit there. And then that person said the front was shattering, so I think that kind of spurred me on to kind of put in a bit of a dig there to try and prevent that from happening. So here, Guark makes an attack here, and Rob goes with him, and so does this other guy. But me and Krog are kind of we don't react, and I think I was kind of feeling pretty knackered, and so we get dropped here, and the gap ends up, I think it's like 9 seconds shortly, and I thought, oh man, like that's it, kind of game over. And then Rob says, I think he says like sorry, and I said like, yeah, it's not a problem at all. Yeah, that's sorry. I said it's not a problem at all. It's like completely my fault. And then I thought, okay, maybe they're not bonkers far. And as we round one the corners, we kind of get a glimpse of them, and that always kind of makes me think, oh, maybe they're there. So that makes me think, oh, maybe they're catchable. So I put in a dig here, and it starts to come down the gap, which is kind of really cool. So they've eased off. They've definitely like eased right off. So I use the arrow, and we both catch back on. But that's kind of cost me now. That's like kind of burnt all my matches there, really. So when there's like I know there's going to be an attack on this final climb, and I said to Rob, like, you know, if I can go with you, I'll go with you on the last climb. But I was kind of thinking, I've not got what it takes to beat these guys. So yeah, I was expecting to like get dropped on this last climb. So yeah, there we go. Got dropped on the climb. And I messaged Rob and said, like, you know, just go for it, get the win if you can. That I'd be happy if I got top 10. That'd be really cool. So now I'm thinking I've got like 13 seconds on W Peters, so I should be able to hold him off. And he's got like a huge gap between him and the chase group, so they're not gonna like catch him and speed up to kind of get to me. So I switched over to Rob's cam to see how the final shakes down. Amazing, still got like a really good sprint at the end. So I tried to put in a bit of a sprint just to see what I can do. Been working on my sprint recently, so I managed to get like kind of pretty high there, like 920 for me. That's quite high. But yeah, 7th overall, 6th on Zwift Power. So really cool. Pretty happy with that. I thought I was just going to get like obliterated on this race, so getting in the top 10 is like really cool. But it's like basically all down to Rob like helping me out in that. So yeah, like I said at the start, I really appreciate it. It was really good fun to do. So even if I didn't like manage to kind of make best use of it and kind of capitalize on it, I still found it really good fun to do that sort of thing. So I really appreciate it from him. Okay, so that kind of wraps it up. Next thing I'll do will be the Alp to Zwift hill climb race. Kind of not looking forward to that, but also it'd be cool if I can get a new PR on it, and that's a kind of good motivator to try and do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope I know it was a long video. Hopefully it's kind of fairly cool, but like I said, it's good for me to have for my records as well. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.